Welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. I want to show you this real quick before we continue. Okay, and here we go. So today's movie is the Minecraft movie. And the first thing I'll say about this, quick PSA before we start, is I'm not a big Minecraft guy. Okay, I don't know a lot of the terms. I've heard like lava chicken jockey, iron troll, and that's kind of it. That's kind of creeper is another one. Those are like the four basics that I know about it. So, you know, so again, this is definitely a movie, and it does market it itself great because it is a movie that is exclusively for them, for the Minecraft fans. I mean, if you're not a Minecraft fan, you're gonna hate this. You really will. I did. I really did. But I'll get to that. But anyway, so it's just, so to begin, I guess I'll start with the cast here. Jack Black. I'm surprised Jack Black isn't center there, because Jack Black is obviously the main character of this, even though, again, clearly the poster wants you to think that Jason Momoa is the one. No, it's Jack Black. Jack Black. If you like Jack Black, you will like this movie. But I think you will get tired of him very quickly. I did. I don't even like Jack Black that much as an actor, and he has some good movies like Kung Fu Panda, or there's a lot of good ones that he makes. It's just, I don't like the dialed up to a 10 him. And I say that for a lot of actors. Like Kevin Hart's the same way. If you dial him up to a 10, not gonna, there's some actors you just got to keep them at like maybe an 8, maybe like a 7, but not a 10. Jack Black cannot handle being dialed up to a 10, even an 11 in this, because it is the most Jack Black, and it does get on your nerves like almost immediately. Like immediately, you're like, ugh. And it's like, oh, good thing he's not the whole. Oh wait, he's the main character. It's the whole movie. Okay, so it starts off with him as a kid, and he's really obsessed with mining. Because doesn't every kid obsess over coal mining? Doesn't every kid look at coal mining and thinking, that's the career, that's what I'm going to spend my childhood obsessing over, the coal miners. So there's an old coal miner that yells at him to go away because kids aren't allowed there for obvious health and safety reasons. So the kid runs away. Jack Black talks about getting a job and having a house or something, but he just doesn't feel fulfilled or whatever. And then he goes back to become a miner again, and the same old guy tells him no, and somehow didn't age at all, the old guy. And anyway, so Jack Black sneaks past him, runs into the mine, hits this one wall, and finds the Tesseract from Avengers. I know it's probably called something else, but watch the movie and tell me this isn't the Tesseract from Avengers. So he opens a portal. He goes into Minecraft world where, okay, now again, if you're a person like me who thinks that the graphics of it are like very like Pong in the 80s, this isn't going to help. Because again, it's a tiny bit better, but like they just, which again, I guess for the fans, it's really great because, oh yeah, you embrace the style. But it's like, okay, so, and there's these songs. Imagine if like Jack Black was in Barbie and every song was his attempt to try to do I'm Just Ken. And you remember the Peaches song from Mario? It's like they told him, Jack Black, you got an internet trend going on with that Peaches song. So what we need you to do is we need you to write a song. We need you to basically write every single song in this as if it's trying to be the Peaches song from Mario. And the Mario song grabbed young people online because it was like one, maybe two songs, maybe like three, but like this one is like every couple minutes. I didn't realize this is a musical. I really didn't. Jack Black apparently seems to think it's a musical, and so he just keeps going. And again, once you've heard the first Jack Black song, you get it. Once you reach Jack Black song number 17, you're kind of like, oh, come on. Could there be a story besides just Jack Black's soundtrack? Come on. So basically his story is in Minecraft world. He basically meets a dog, a little Minecraft dog. It's a wolf, but he trains it to be a dog now by giving it food. And so now it's his best friend now, and he's wandering around the thing, and he basically recreates that scene from Simpsons where Bart's like, day is great, night is scary. And that's the same thing here. Like, he basically recreates that because he's like, the day in Minecraft is incredible and fun, and you can create anything. The night is full of zombies and spiders and all this other stuff. Again, it's like, I think Ryan George, when he was talking about Minecraft, kind of nailed it in that, what's like the point of the game? And then like the person couldn't really answer. So then Jack Black finds this piece to put in the portal thing, and then it opens, and then he goes through it, and then him and his dog go through it, and they basically see the pig people from Angry Birds, apparently. Again, they're probably the villains in the game, maybe. I don't know. I don't play the game, so I don't know. But so the pig people from Angry Birds are basically on the other side, and it's run by the evil witch that runs it, apparently. The evil pig witch. Again, I'm not insulting. Google it. It's what is written. So the evil witch is trying to take over Minecraft world because she doesn't like creativity, and Minecraft world is about creativity. And I just want to say, I think if you wanted a villain that's going against everything that's artistic and very expressive and very detailed, I don't know if the Atari game level that you're having here works. But all right, because again, it looks like Atari games half the time. So the game even does too when you see clips of it online. So it's like, so yeah. So Jack Black gets kidnapped by the evil witch. She holds him hostage to give her the cube, the Tesseract thing. But he handed the Tesseract thing to his wolf friend right before, and the wolf friend ran through the portal, and the portal shut behind the portal. I guess. And so therefore now the wolf thing ran to the real world and left the thing, in the real world. Yeah, it's not well written, but again, they know that it doesn't have to be, because as long as they say chicken jockey or lava chicken or Iron Troll, therefore the fans will go crazy for it. Literally, that's I'll get to that in a second. So here we have, then we have cut to modern day. We have a brother and sister moving into a house. Their parents died. It might as well be a Disney movie at this point. It really is. It's kind of like bargain basement Jumanji at this point. So then the boy, invents a jetpack in school, but he's somehow still bullied. Again, it feels like you could just become, like you invented a working jetpack as like a 12-year-old. So I feel like that could have lended itself to a very prominent career in life, but okay. Apparently it doesn't. Apparently no one cares that you can make jetpacks at 12. Working jetpacks at 12. So there you go. I'm saying, again, I know it doesn't sound well written, and that's because the movie's kind of not. So then we get to the sister who works in this potato chip factory, I guess, and the jetpack does malfunction at one point and fly into the chip factory's mascot, where then it smashes into the water. And I'm just gonna say something right here. How I expect the effects in Minecraft World not to be that great. I do. I expect it not to be that great. I don't expect the effects in the real world to be just as fake and green screened as the other thing. You couldn't film in a town. You really couldn't. You couldn't just film a couple houses. It was that hard. Yeah, really. It was, because it looks like the entire thing is on the green screen, even down to the normal world part is like, and it's like the worst green screen you've ever seen. Like there's this one scene in Divergent that that's like of him standing in front of a pond, the villain standing in front of a pond. You know what scene I'm referring to, everybody, because it's the scene with the worst green screen, and it's like the whole movie has that. So it's like, it comes across very like Dave Made a Maze. If you don't know that movie, Google it. It's those effects, but for a film that you know costs millions. So, again, in the real world too. Again, I expect Minecraft World to look blocky and and like Atari based, but I weirdly thought that human Earth wouldn't look 90s like 90s video game effect either. Like I was kind of hoping that like it wouldn't look like they're just standing in front of a green screen and kind of moving. Anyway, so then we meet Jason Momoa. They really want you to hate his character. And basically he's low rent Jack Black in this role. Like he's basically, it feels like Jack Black was offered the role of Jason Momoa's character, who runs a comic shop, and he's basically if R.L. Stine from the Goosebumps movie that Jack Black was in had an antique shop, had like a comic book shop, and was really into comics. That's kind of like what I think originally was the script for this. But again, and then we have Jason Momoa here, he can't decide whether he's like trying to be comedic or whether he's trying to be like John Cena. And the thing is that he has to pick a thing. I haven't been a big fan of his because he seems to be trapped between like, I can be like John Cena, but I can also be Jack Black. And those are two very different directions. So you got to pick one. So yeah, he's the comic book guy. He's basically comic book guy from Simpsons, even down to the snark. Except comic book guy is funnier. The thing is that, and then we have that lady there that you see. She's a real estate agent. She walks up with the sister at one point, talking to her after selling the house, and then she's reintroduced to the script for some reason. I don't know why. She has no, I know DEI reason why, but I don't know. She doesn't add anything to the character at all. So, to this movie at all. And again, you could cut, I think in my opinion, you could probably cut like everybody out except for the kid, the 12-year-old boy, and just have him and Jack Black just kind of running around in this world. Like, you didn't need Jason Momoa, the real estate agent, and the sister. Like it feels like they said, it feels like maybe they had a contract thing with Momoa and with this actress playing the real estate agent, and they're like, put them in. It's like, but sir, they don't really ever put them in. We can fill the movie with that. Oh, and speaking of filler, let me talk about filler for you for a second, okay? You want to know who the real filler character is? I thought these guys were, until you found Jennifer Coolidge in this, who is basically her same self. She's just a vice or principal. I don't remember. Either she's the principal or the vice principal. I don't remember. But she, her whole thing is that she needs to find a man that she's dating. Because again, if you've never seen Jennifer Coolidge in anything, you're probably going to be like, wow, that's a big leap for her to be like, I got divorced horribly and it's upsetting me the whole film. But if you've seen anything she's in, including White Lotus, basically this is the White Lotus character if she wasn't rich. And was a principal. And so basically her whole, I'll tell you very quickly what her whole thing is. So basically she meets up with what I'm going to refer to here as Minecraft Squidward here. It's what it is. It even sounds like Squidward. So it's like Minecraft Squidward and her fall in love after Minecraft Squidward walks through the portal. And now they're in love. And now she learns the Minecraft language. He learns English. The end. That's literally the end. It's only there just to fill up time. And I guess give like this, I don't know, like what will this game character be like in the real world sequel? I don't know. Anyway, so then we have, so then we're back to the plot. And basically the plot is the sister wants them to go back home, but of course the boy wants to play around in Minecraft world. Momoa and the real estate agent are just there to make quips and then, you know, kind of disappear in the background a lot more than the writers like to admit. And the witch lady apparently asks Jack Black because he thinks that his pet is somehow captured, even though he saw that the pet got away. I don't know, but he thinks it's captured, so she threatens the non-captured dog in order to, that she doesn't even know where it is, really. She doesn't. To threaten him to get them to give the Tesseract over. And then he immediately caves to this as soon as he meets them. Thank God she didn't have his dog, right? Thank God, because he immediately caves. And then he meets his dog I think he meets his dog after he caves to not doing that. So it's like, again, it's not even like he saw that his dog was safe. It's just, I don't even want to, so again, it's very, so then we have this, so then we have this movie where basically it's if you're not a Minecrafter, like I've said, if you're not a Minecrafter, you're not going to like this movie. And it's basically a go through, I guess, kind of. He starts singing about lava chickens and chicken jockeys and, you know, iron trolls and all that, and creepers and all that. They have to fight spiders at one point. They have to fight zombies at one point. They have to, and pretty much the sister and real estate agent's only role as soon as they come here is basically to roll their eyes at Jason Momoa's character. And Jason Momoa's character isn't really even needed. So it's like you wrote a whole arc for them for a character that isn't even needed. And again, here's the funny thing about that. They clearly were doing like the DEI reasons why. And yet it's like, I heard there was this audio and I heard the audio in the theater of the audience when they were like rolling their eyes to him and snarking about how much of a loser he is, and everyone was booing them. So again, people aren't super happy with the DEI anymore. They really aren't. They're not super happy with that anymore in movies. And again, this movie isn't woke. It's just that it's not well written in any stretch of the imagination. It's, you know, but again, it does enough Minecraft stuff that, you know, it does the Minecraft stuff, so, you know, you're pleased if you're the audience member. Speaking of which, let's talk about the audience of the thing. So there's this whole thing the internet tried to make a deal out of, that like people were screaming and like cheering and stuff in the theaters for like Chicken Jockey and Lava Chicken and I'm Steve and all that. Yeah, like I understand that like the internet likes to kind of hype things a lot more than they are, but I don't really see a problem with the fans getting excited for their film. Don't you want that? Don't you want that, Hollywood? Don't you want your fans to be so enthralled with your thing that they'll like even, I don't know if the police had to be called for it. I don't know, but you know, it's like, I don't think it should get to where police have to be called, obviously, but I'm just saying is that don't you want your fan base to be invested enough that they're like cheering in the thing for when something good happens and booing when something bad happens? Like you basically made the Rocky Horror Picture Show type experience without having to actually advertise that. So again, it's like, so if you've got that much of investment, like Star Wars used to have, like Marvel used to have, like Disney used to have, it's kind of like, what's the problem here? Like, it's like, I know 1 or 2 theaters, they got so rowdy the police had to be called. I don't think that's okay. But overall, I know the internet tried to make such a big deal out of this. Like, look at the fans. Look at the fans being so rowdy and so, you know, like uncontrollable. Yeah, they're teenage fans and they're enjoying a movie. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. And I love how if you Google that, you'll see pictures of like popcorn on the floors and like, and it's like, oh, calm down, the internet, okay? Like, you know, like the internet should calm down sometimes on stuff like that, because it's like, why? Why is it a bad thing that they're invested? I don't like the movie, but if they love the movie and think it's the best, fine. That's why I call it just my opinion, because it's my opinion. It's not yours. It's my opinion. You know, so it's like, you know, it doesn't have to be yours. It's just mine. And I just don't understand why they can't enjoy it. Again, they shouldn't be getting to the point where police have to be called. But again, you know, but like a little cheering for the characters you like or cheering for the line you like. That used to be how things worked in movies. It used to be a thing. You remember Marvel movies back in the day? You remember Star Wars movies back in the day? You know, you remember back when they were popular? You remember Star Trek movies when they were popular? You know, it's like, that's the thing. It's like, just because DEI has watered down all those brands to the point where nobody cares about them anymore, doesn't mean that now other brands can't exist without it. You know, and again, if this should teach Hollywood anything, stick with the source material, leave out the DEI stuff, and therefore you'll have a good film. A film that actually makes a lot of money, like Top Gun showed too. Like, again, Top Gun had a really big reaction too. Again, not in theaters, but like online it had a lot of big reaction too, because it's like, again, shouldn't it tell you something that like these movies that are like Barbie, when it had Barbie when it lied that it wasn't woke, or Top Gun, or this, isn't it? Again, I don't like the movie, but I'm not going to tell them they can't. You know, I don't see why that can't be a thing. So then we get back to the film here. So basically they accidentally open the portal again, and the witch comes out with her pig army. Oh, no, actually, the pig army, she sends one of the pigs to investigate the situation. And he knows, and apparently he knows about Lava Chicken Song. Again, I don't know. Anyway, so basically he tries to attack him, and then the whole fight basically this whole movie is basically just fighting like you're fighting this Minecraft villain, you're fighting that Minecraft villain, which again, you know is going to be the thing. But this is not a film for anybody. If you're watching this and you're thinking, you're going to turn this on and think, I can watch this without knowing anything about Minecraft. No, you can't. So they fight some zombies, they fight some spiders, they fight the pigs for a while. Again, there's a lot of battles in this. Like I said in Deadpool and Wolverine review, it's like, yeah, the battles are fun, but when it's like 90% of your script, it's kind of like, wow, okay, battle number 17, all right, here we go. And then a bunch more songs from Jack Black. They get separated at one point just to meet up again, just so then the girls can go off and explore a part of it, and the and the others can try to explore the rest of it. I know there's a reason why they split up. I can't remember it right now, but I think they were captured, and now they have to escape from it. Again, it's one of those movies that like as soon as you watch it, it kind of it's so bad that like you don't remember it as soon as like 2 days pass. You don't really remember the thing. So then we have the big climax where the Iron Trolls. I'll show one of those right now. There you go. He kind of looks like the Iron Giant a little bit. Not just that, he looks like the Iron Giant, that thing from Thor. I don't know what that robot thing from the first Thor movie was that was like shooting up streets. It looks like that. And Iron Giant. It looks like it definitely looks like an 80s robot toy that looks like it has a wind-up thing behind it. So there's giant iron trolls, and apparently, according to the movie, it's probably how the game works. The iron trolls will not attack unless provoked, which kind of makes them the worst, like soldiers, I think, because as long as you don't provoke them, they don't do anything. Imagine you have a security system. Imagine having one of these things as a security system, and it's as long as the thief walks gently by the iron thing and doesn't provoke it at all, it will just let you go. It will just watch you rob everything and take everything, and then you can just walk out again as long as you don't provoke it. It's like, and again, you could tell again, like when I'm watching this movie, and then one of the pigs accidentally shoots an arrow at it, and then it causes the things to fight. And then when the things are fighting, then the witch is defeated, and we get to Jack Black saying, "Now, since the evil witch has been defeated, we can." Which again, honestly, if you wanted to be funny, you should have had after she was defeated, she should have said, "Hail Jack Black." The wicked witch is dead. That would have been funny. Come on, that would have been. Anyway, so, and again, I know the Minecraft kids probably would have been like, "What?" But you know what I mean. So anyway, then we do the thing like we did in Jumanji, where are they gonna stay? Are they not gonna stay? They're gonna stay, but that they're not going to stay. And it's, again, I love how they treat it like Minecraft world is the perfect utopia that we all have to live, that like they should be in, because it's so incredible. He can make anything, he create anything. And I love as soon as Jack Black's given an option, he runs. Like there was this one show I remember that like, I'm trying to remember what it was, and like, as soon as the guy was given like a way out, he's like, "Move it!" And then he pushes people out of the way and runs. And it's like, and that's the thing, is that like as much as Jack Black's like, "This is a paradise. I could live here forever and create things and make things, and that boy is so incredible because he's able to build things and make things and all that." And and they keep saying like, we need to keep building and we need to create more things in here. And it's like, as soon as, I love how Jack Black goes immediately from, we need to stay and create, and if all of you want to stay, then that would be great. We'll be able to stay. And then as soon as he's given an option out, bye, 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 you, and then we don't go back. That's kind of the ending is basically they go back into the real world and create Minecraft in the real world. So basically it kind of just makes a point where it's like, okay, so then good thing we love the Minecraft world only to leave it and never even attempt to return. And again, if you don't think there's going to be a sequel, you're lying to yourself. Just like Barbie, there's going to be a sequel. We all know there's going to be a sequel to this because it made way too much money not to make a sequel. So it's just like, wow, this film, man, it's like Jumanji, like, you know, like it's like Diet Jumanji. You know, it really is. It's like Diet Jumanji. You've got Jason Momoa's trying to do Dwayne Johnson thing. You've got the Jack Black doing his Jack Black thing. You've got the sister a little trying to be the nerdy girl from Jumanji, and her brother is too. And again, I don't know. The real estate agent is just there for DEI reasons. But the point is that we so it's just like, again, it's not a great film. It really isn't. And even like the real world is gameish too. So it's like, and then of course, how else would this movie end? The Jack Black song. And it's like, yay, I had to sit through like 17 of these. Yay, another one to end the film on. It's not great. It does not keep your interest if you're not a Minecrafter. Which again, if you're a Minecrafter, you're on the edge of your seat being like, what else are they going to talk about? What else are they going to talk about? But if you're not a Minecrafter, this film's going to bore you instantly to the point where it's like, oh, come on, just end. Just end. So, you know, it's just like, it's really fun. You know, like it's, and again, I love how at the end they decide, we're going to make a video game version of this world. Because apparently they're all gaming like IT techs now, apparently. Even though I think he only had like didn't Jack Black only have like an office job where he was like an accountant maybe? like you got him, and then there's Jason Momoa, you know, who isn't a gaming creation executive. You know he isn't. I guess the boy is, I guess, but it's just they make it seem like now they created Minecraft, and it's like, okay. Kind of feels like instead of the video game you could create, you could just, I don't know, save the Tesseract thing and just kind of keep a video and just make like a theme park thing out of Minecraft World again. And just sell tickets to go into Minecraft World. Feels like that would have been the funnier ending. Is if like in the end, Jack Black becomes like the Willy Wonka of the Minecraft world, where he does tours and sells like tickets and stuff to it. That would have been funny. But no, instead this is what we do. Because again, I guess it's, I don't know. And again, I guess that's their way of trying to make it seem like we're not going to do a sequel, even though every studio executive is laughing out loud at the idea of not doing a sequel. You know, because again, we all know they're going to do one. We all know they're going to do one because this movie made way too much money not to. So overall, it's not my thing. And again, if you're not a Minecrafter, you're not going to like this, but if you're a Minecrafter, apparently this is going to be one of the best films you've seen all year. So again, and unlike Barbie, at least it doesn't have that whole second, like at least like this stays to what it promised, where Barbie was like, we'll give like 15 minutes to actually what we promised, but then we're going to go into all of our Twitter feeds and stuff on our opinions, I guess, on it. Like what we think Barbie should represent for this political stance and that political stance. So I gotta hand it to that at least this movie didn't pretend to be something and then run off with a completely different DEI movie like Barbie did. It at least stays its own thing like Mario. So, you know, again, you know, this is going to start the whole video game thing, just like Barbie's going to start the whole toy thing. And eventually that will die out to like the other films but you know, it'll be great films for a while. I guess some of them probably will be. A lot of them will probably be terrible because, you know, Hollywood, as soon as they see a trend, they got to use it to the point of exhaustion, where even when the audience is like, please Just let it end. Let it be done. They're like, no, we got to let it continue. Look at zombies and vampires. There was just a vampire movie made recently that just came out recently, even though that trend is long dead. And there's like even more zombie shows being made, and yet, even though that trend is long dead, like it's like so they're gonna milk the video game thing for a while. Again, if you're not a Minecrafter and you really want to see like comedians fighting against video game characters or something, might I suggest Pixels to you from 2015? That's a better movie in my opinion. I liked that a lot more than I liked this, but again, because it's not like for people who aren't Minecraft fans. So again, and I don't even like that term. It's not for you, because I feel like it's overused to the point where it's like you're not allowed to watch it almost, and it's like I don't know. But anyway, so again, Pixels is better. If you don't like Minecraft, watch Pixels instead. But if you do like Minecraft, you've probably already seen this, and you're probably on your 15th viewing of it. So thank you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you later.